teams MVP. From the outside, the thing about special teams is that it seems like it's a very overlooked part of the game. For example, we don't spend, not just us, just everybody, we don't spend a lot of time working special teams in practice, portion off a small part of that practice, and we kind of go about, everybody focuses on their offense, their defense, and things of that nature. As far as offense and defense goes, you can see and hear about those stats, the highly ranked offenses and defense, but within special teams, a lot of those yards are hidden. It's really hard to quantify those things, to put an exact number on how good you do. We take for granted a lot of times whenever teams have very positive results in special teams because you expect positive results. You expect to get 3 points from the field goals. You expect to get 40 yards in your punt. But you take advantage of you take for granted the work that the kids put into those sort of things. This year, we had over 46 players contribute on our special teams. That's more than either side of our ball. It winds up being a huge part of your game whenever you kind of look at that thing as a whole, whenever you pull up all of those plays back to back. That's a lot of time those kids spend on the field. We had some very impressive individual performances. Some of our return game, as they said, Jared had a couple returns for us. Anytime that someone was foolish enough to kick to one of our back two gentlemen back there, that made them pay very dearly. And we had a lot of considerations for this award. I think if you asked our entire coaching staff, you may have gotten a different answer from each one of them as a recommendation for who could have been special teams MVP for us. The things that we really looked for were the number of teams that those kids participated in, the level of effort, their ability to execute the tasks that we kind of gave them and their assignment. But what we really decided on was we focused on maybe our best squad that we had this year. And what that happened to be was we selected our player from our kickoff team. And I want to emphasize team because no one player on that squad made the difference. It was their commitment to making it a priority for us that really helped us excel in that part of the game. On that team, we had 6 players that had 5 tackles or more on kickoffs this season. That squad also forced 4 turnovers during the season. And to kind of put that into perspective, from last year, our opponent's average starting field position was 12 yards further upfield than what it was this year. Now that may not sound like a lot, but I believe we averaged about 42 points per game. That puts us kicking off 7 times. Well, that altogether, that's a difference of 84 yards in a game that we were better than what we were last year. And I think that helped us quite a bit throughout the year defensively and putting the teams in a bad situation starting out each and every drive. And I think that actually paid dividends for us here in the long run. Although all those young men on that squad gave great effort, we selected our MVP as a player that exemplified great effort. Played like he was out there to prove something. He was one of our leading tacklers on special teams. We didn't have the privilege to coach this young man last year, and I'm very, very happy that he decided to return to us. Our special teams MVP this year was Emory.
Special teams.